inside the distance victory, having won her professional debut on points. That works well, but there's precious little coming back at her here. She is being able to punch out any real danger here.
In the
30 minutes of the most brutal women's knockouts is a powerful showcase of fierce athleticism and undeniable strength, capturing some of the most intense moments in women's combat sports. The knockout moments highlighted in this video offer an unfiltered look at the world of women's mixed martial arts, MMA, boxing, and other contact sports, where fighters push their limits to emerge victorious in high-stakes, adrenaline-pumping encounters. For many, combat sports represent the pinnacle of human toughness, where skill, strength, and mental fortitude converge, and these knockouts are a testament to just how much the women in these sports are capable of. Each knockout scene in the video not only demonstrates physical dominance, but also reflects the years of training, dedication, and sacrifice that these women put into perfecting their craft. Many of these athletes began their journey at a young age, inspired by role models or driven by a desire to prove themselves in a male-dominated sport. Their success and the brutal knockouts they deliver show that the gender barrier is rapidly becoming a thing of the past in these fiercely competitive arenas. The concept of the knockout in combat sports is both exhilarating and terrifying. A clean knockout can send shockwaves through the audience, leaving spectators gasping for breath as the victor stands tall, bloody but unbowed, while the loser is left reeling from the crushing blow. In these 30 minutes of brutal knockout highlights, viewers are treated to an array of knockout types, from perfectly timed punches to devastating kicks, each knockout unfolding with precise technique and incredible power. It's not just about the force of the blow, but also the timing, the distance, and the fighter's ability to read her opponent's movements and capitalize on weaknesses. What makes these knockouts particularly impressive is the context in which they happen. Combat sports are highly technical and strategic, with each fighter employing a combination of speed, agility, and intelligence to outwit her opponent. These women are not just brute forces. They are highly skilled athletes who have honed their abilities through rigorous training regimens. The knockouts often come after a series of calculated moves, where one wrong step from the opponent opens the door for a devastating strike. The video not only highlights the intense physical nature of these bouts, but also the mental toughness of the women involved. Each knockout is a display of mental resilience, as these athletes must not only prepare themselves for the physical battle, but also for the psychological warfare that comes with it. The pressure to perform in front of a large audience, the fear of failure, and the drive to succeed all weigh heavily on their shoulders. Despite this, they step into the ring or octagon with unwavering confidence, ready to face whatever challenge comes their way. This mental toughness is essential to achieving success in such a high-risk environment, where one slip-up could lead to a defeat. The athletes featured in these knockout compilations come from a diverse range of backgrounds. Some are former Olympic athletes, others are seasoned veterans of the combat sports world, and many are rising stars on the verge of breaking into the mainstream. What unites them is their relentless pursuit of greatness, their refusal to be underestimated, and their commitment to pushing the boundaries of what is possible for women in combat sports. Throughout the video, viewers are introduced to moments that leave an indelible mark on the history of women's combat sports. Each knockout carries its own story, a narrative of strategy, heart, and triumph. There are moments where the underdog rises to the occasion, overcoming adversity to land a knockout that leaves the crowd in awe. Then, there are the moments where champions solidify their status, showcasing the level of power and skill that they bring to each fight. The diversity of these knockouts also reflects the variety of fighting styles that women bring to the table. Some athletes specialize in striking, delivering powerful punches and kicks that leave their opponents stunned. Others excel in grappling and submission techniques, using their technical skill to overwhelm their opponents before sealing the deal with a well-executed takedown or submission. The video captures these different aspects of combat sports, highlighting the versatility and adaptability of women in these fields. As the video progresses, viewers see just how much the sport has evolved over the years. In the past, women's combat sports were often overlooked or relegated to the background, But now they are front and center, with fighters like Ronda Rousey, Amanda Nunes, and Claressa Shields becoming household names. These women have helped to break down barriers, proving that women can compete at the highest level of combat sports. The knockouts featured in this compilation are a testament to their hard work and determination, and to the future of women's combat sports as a whole. The physical toll of these fights cannot be underestimated. Each knockout represents the culmination of hours of training, each one more grueling than the last. From sparring sessions to weight cuts, these fighters endure immense physical challenges to make it to the big stage. And yet, despite the danger that comes with stepping into the ring or octagon, they continue to push forward, driven by a desire to prove themselves, not just as athletes, but as pioneers for the next generation of women in combat sports. In addition to the raw athleticism, there's an undeniable beauty in the art of a perfect knockout. It's the product of years of hard work and perseverance, where every punch, every kick, every movement is choreographed with precision and intent. When these knockouts happen, they are not just moments of violence. They are moments of pure athletic expression, where the fighter's skill and preparation culminate in an unforgettable finish. As the video draws to a close, the viewer is left with a sense of awe and respect for the women featured. These knockouts are not just moments of brutal force, but displays of athletic artistry, mental toughness, and resilience. They remind us that women are just as capable as their male counterparts in the realm of combat sports, and that the future of these sports will only continue to grow stronger as more and more women rise to the occasion. Ultimately, 30 minutes of the most brutal women's knockouts is more than just a compilation of violent moments in sports. It is a celebration of the strength, skill, and resilience of women who fight for their place in the combat sports world. Each knockout is a victory, not only for the athlete delivering the blow, but also for the countless women who have worked tirelessly to break down the barriers that once held them back. Through their performances, they are not just making history, they are shaping the future of women in combat sports. A women's knockout in combat sports is a moment that captivates audiences and leaves an unforgettable impact. When it comes to the world of mixed martial arts, MMA, boxing, and other contact sports, watching a knockout, especially a brutal one, is a thrilling and intense experience. The power, precision, and technique behind each knockout are unmatched. The combination of grit, skill, and heart that female fighters display in these moments is awe-inspiring. The sheer force behind some of these punches, kicks, or strikes showcases how well-trained and dedicated these women are to their craft. Women in combat sports have been fighting for recognition and respect for years, and over time, they have proven that they belong in the same arena as men. From the early days of female boxing to the rise of women in MMA, female athletes have endured a challenging journey. They've faced skepticism, prejudice, and doubt, yet they have triumphed in showing the world that they can be just as fierce, dominant, and capable as their male counterparts. The world of brutal knockouts has always been dominated by male athletes, but now, female fighters are taking the spotlight and putting on incredible performances. A knockout, especially a brutal one, is not just a testament to strength. It's also a display of perfect timing, strategy, and fight IQ. When a female fighter delivers a powerful strike that incapacitates her opponent, it's the culmination of months, sometimes years, of hard work and training. Every punch or kick thrown with the intent to knock out an opponent comes from a place of meticulous planning and deliberate execution. While knockout power is certainly important, a fighter must also possess extraordinary timing, precision, and an understanding of her opponent's weaknesses to make the knockout truly brutal. The beauty of a brutal knockout lies in its simplicity and effectiveness. It's not always the wild swings or the last-minute desperation moves that lead to victory. Rather, it's the calculated, well-placed strike that does the job. This is a skill that many female athletes in combat sports have perfected over time. They have adapted, honed their abilities, and mastered the art of devastating knockouts. In the world of MMA, many female fighters have become known for their knockout power. The likes of Amanda Nunes, who holds 2 UFC titles simultaneously, and Holly Holm, known for her legendary knockout of Ronda Rousey, have become household names. These women represent the pinnacle of skill and power in combat sports, and their knockouts have left fans in awe. These knockouts were not just about the physical impact, but also about the psychological warfare that happens in the ring. A brutal knockout is not just a win for the fighter, it's a statement to the world. It shows that she has mastered her craft, that she is a force to be reckoned with, and that she is here to claim her place among the greatest. Similarly, in boxing, women like Claressa Shields and Katie Taylor have showcased their knockout power on the biggest stages. Shields, in particular, has proven time and again that she is one of the best in the world, with her powerful punches capable of ending a fight in an instant. Her knockouts have been the result of a perfect blend of speed, precision, and power. When a fighter like Shields steps into the ring, everyone knows that a brutal knockout is always a possibility, and her fans eagerly anticipate each fight to see if she can deliver another stunning finish.
Delgado from
These knockouts are not just memorable because of the damage inflicted, but because of the skill behind each strike. Women fighters in combat sports are not just out there throwing punches or kicks without purpose. Every move is part of a larger strategy to weaken the opponent, find their openings, and ultimately capitalize on them with a knockout blow. Fighters like these have demonstrated that they are not just participants in the sport, but are real pioneers, paving the way for future generations of women to come into the sport and make their mark. The road to achieving a brutal knockout isn't always easy. Every athlete faces adversity along the way, and for female fighters, the challenges are sometimes even greater. They face the hurdle of trying to prove themselves in an arena that has traditionally been male-dominated. Yet, despite the difficulties, these women rise to the occasion, train harder, and fight longer. They push their limits to achieve greatness, knowing that each victory, each knockout, is another step toward changing the landscape of combat sports. Some of the most memorable knockouts have come in moments of extreme pressure. The tension in the air before a fight is palpable, and for some fighters, the pressure of performing on a big stage can be overwhelming. But for the women who succeed in delivering brutal knockouts, that pressure is nothing more than fuel to ignite their power and focus. Whether it's a last-second knockout or a dominant, methodical finish, these women have proven that they can handle the pressure of the moment, and when they strike, it's with the precision of a surgeon and the force of a freight train. The crowd's reaction to a brutal knockout is often one of astonishment and awe. There's something about witnessing a fighter drop her opponent with a perfectly executed strike that feels surreal. It's not just a matter of brute force, it's a display of years of hard work, dedication, and sacrifice. These women have spent countless hours in the gym, fine-tuning their skills, building their strength, and perfecting their technique. When it all comes together in the form of a knockout, it's like watching a masterpiece being created in real time. For many fans, these moments are what make combat sports so captivating. It's the raw emotion, the intensity, and the unpredictable nature of the sport that draws people in. And when a female fighter lands a brutal knockout, it's a reminder of the incredible talent and heart that these athletes possess. It also serves as a reminder that women are a force to be reckoned with in the world of combat sports, and their knockouts are just as brutal and exciting as any men's knockout. As the years go by, the sport will continue to evolve, and we can expect to see more and more women deliver knockout performances that will leave fans on the edge of their seats. These athletes are pushing the boundaries of what is possible, showing that the brutal power of a knockout is not confined to any one gender. As women continue to break records and make history in combat sports, the knockouts they deliver will only become more iconic, and the legacy they leave will inspire countless young girls to follow in their footsteps. In conclusion, the brutal knockouts delivered by women in combat sports are a testament to their incredible strength, technique, and perseverance. These athletes have proven time and again that they are more than capable of competing at the highest levels, and their knockouts are a powerful reminder of the hard work and dedication that goes into achieving success in the sport. When a woman delivers a brutal knockout, it's more than just a victory. It's a celebration of the evolution of women's sports and a clear indication that the future of combat sports will be shaped by these fierce and talented women. Whether it's in MMA, boxing, or other combat disciplines, the brutal knockouts delivered by these athletes will continue to captivate audiences and leave their mark on the world of sports for years to come. As the world of combat sports continues to evolve, the power and skill exhibited by female athletes are becoming increasingly apparent. Female fighters no longer have to prove their worthiness in a male-dominated world. They've already carved their own paths, earning the respect and admiration of fans, trainers, and fellow athletes alike. The brutal knockouts delivered by women in combat sports are not just moments of physical dominance. They're an embodiment of perseverance, dedication, and breaking barriers. These knockout moments highlight the explosive nature of combat sports while showing the world that strength knows no gender. One of the unique aspects of women's brutal knockouts is the technical precision often displayed. Unlike traditional perceptions that may lean toward pure power, many of these knockouts come as a result of sheer technique. It's about setting traps, exploiting openings, and having the discipline to follow through with the perfect strike. The likes of Valentina Shevchenko, with her precise and calculated approach, and Joanna Jedrzejczyk, with her relentless striking, have demonstrated that a knockout doesn't always have to be a wild haymaker to be effective. Often, the most brutal knockouts are the result of a fighter luring her opponent into a false sense of security before landing a crushing blow. These types of knockouts often come after a series of well-executed combinations, where the opponent, overwhelmed by the speed and accuracy of each strike, simply cannot react in time. This is where the beauty of combat sports lies, in the subtleties and nuances of strategy. While the knockout may seem sudden to the audience, for the fighter, it's the result of months or even years of preparation. Fighters spend countless hours working on their footwork, developing their speed, improving their cardio, and mastering their striking techniques, all of which culminate in that one defining moment in the ring or cage. The appeal of these knockouts isn't just the final strike, but the build-up that leads to it. Many of these female fighters are known for their ability to wear down their opponents with a combination of relentless pressure, superior technique, and mental fortitude. By controlling the tempo of the fight, they force their opponents into a corner, leaving them vulnerable for the finishing blow. This aspect of the game, the strategy, the psychology, is what makes a knockout not only brutal but artistic in its execution. The best female fighters know when to strike and, more importantly, when to hold back and wait for the perfect moment.
With a chance to score an impressive win, works away to and this time Glijevic will not be getting out. 20 seconds to go in the fourth round and she's reeling around in agony. 2 out of 2 for Sandy Ryan, and who knows where she might be going from here.
Won her semi-final against Emma Kozin now.
Trying to see what way Herbert's going to react.
And if she's open to one of those big bombs from Marshall.
The impact of these knockouts goes beyond just the physical realm. They have a deep psychological effect on both the fighter and the spectator. A brutal knockout is often a moment of catharsis for the fighter, a release of all the tension and pressure that is built up throughout their journey. For the audience, witnessing a brutal knockout can be a moment of shock, admiration, and exhilaration. It reminds us of the unpredictable nature of combat sports, where anything can happen in an instant, and no fighter is truly safe until the final bell rings. This is especially true in women's combat sports, where the unexpected has often defined some of the most iconic moments. For the fighters, delivering a brutal knockout carries immense satisfaction. It's a validation of their skills and a recognition of the countless hours they've spent perfecting their craft. It's also a reminder that despite the obstacles they face in a world that often undervalues female athletes, they can rise above the challenges and prove that they belong at the very top. Women like Ronda Rousey, who dominated the early UFC women's divisions with her brutal armbar submissions and explosive fighting style, helped blaze a trail for future fighters. Rousey, in particular, showed the world that a woman could not only compete, but dominate in what was once considered a man's sport. Today, the UFC's women's divisions are brimming with talent, each fighter capable of delivering a knockout that sends shockwaves through the MMA world. The legacy of fighters like Rousey has paved the way for others to showcase their own skill sets. Fighters like Jessica Andrade, with her powerhouse style, or Amanda Nunes, whose ability to knock out the toughest competitors with vicious precision is legendary, show the incredible diversity in fighting styles among female athletes. Whether it's the calculated, methodical approach of a fighter like Shevchenko or the explosive, high-pressure style of fighters like Nunes, each brutal knockout tells a different story of what it means to be a world-class fighter. Women in combat sports are also proving that their power is not limited by size. In many cases, smaller fighters have been able to execute knockouts that defy expectations. A prime example of this is the incredible knockout power displayed by flyweight champions. Women like Rose Namajunas, who isn't known for a hulking presence,